All right, fine music. We've reached our final episode for today, episode number 836. And I thought I would torture you in a different way today. I'm going to torture you with words, not with music, just to see if it makes a difference. Now, I have a favorite artist, and this is my favorite artist, ahead of others that some people would think would be my favorite artists. Like, if you based on how many concerts I've been to, well, yes, would be my favorite artist because I've seen them 30 to 40 times in my life.
Wow.
But in terms of sheer volume of downloaded material, well, they're only number three. Yeah. Number one is someone you probably heard of, Vangelis, the guy who did Chariots of Fire and Blade Runner, the soundtracks.
Yes, yes, yes,
That
yes.
guy.
Okay.
And he's done many soundtracks, or he did, I should say. He passed away just over 4 years ago. In the same weekend, my mother passed away. Yeah, so one would prefer the other, but not by much. And he was younger. I think he was 79 when he died. And he left behind such a great body of music. I thought I had it all till I happened upon this channel on YouTube called The Music of Vangelis.
Oh, wow.
And the typography is not a normal typography, so it doesn't show up normally, like when you type things in. It doesn't show up
Mhm.
normally. So I only accidentally discovered this on my algorithm. And of course, these pieces of music are very rare. Most of them very uncommon, ones that most people would not know if they live in America. That's for sure. Maybe in Europe you would know, because most of these are European. And so I tried to hunt down these pieces of music to buy them, and the vast majority of it I couldn't find. I mean, you would have had to bought the single when it came out in Europe back then. It has not been compiled or put on a CD, not at all. They're really obscure, but there are ways of acquiring music that are non-commercial. So I had to have this music, so I used non-commercial means to acquire it. And it ended up becoming two CDs worth of music.
Wow.
So I made one CD, was very happy. Oh, there's more music. Oh, and I made the second one. It wasn't quite as easy as the
Mhm.
first one. I will explain. I'll show you. Let's see. Where's that freaking share button? It used to be green. Okay, so I think this is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one. So this is the CDR I made with the songs, and I'll just talk about them briefly. Then I'll go to the other one. I was just feeling so accomplished that I was able to fill the CD almost all the way, right? 78 minutes and 40 seconds. Pretty good. The tricky thing is, um, these are not individual songs. It's usually they're paired together because they were singles. So like track one is two songs, and it's with Helen Banks. I know I made notes about this. Back in 1973, it was a single. I just have these papers handy here. Here it is. Yeah. So 1973. The song is called Do You Know? And the B-side was Hazy Day. So, like I said, that's one track. That's why it's 7 minutes, right? Two single songs. And Helen Banks, of course, a female singer, very evocative. And the second one is one I'd actually heard of before. It was like a holy grail, like impossible to find. this Italian singer named Mariangela, and she collaborated on an album with Vangelis, and it's just you can't find it electronically. It's just unfindable. But the guy who runs the music of Vangelis, he had a single, and that single came out, I think it was 1975. Yeah, 1975. An extremely catchy song called "You Are the One." And the one that's really evocative for me is the B side. The B sides tend to be more evocative, less commercial. And the B side is called My Dear Life. Really beautiful song. So that's the second one. And I guess this is somebody who's famous in Europe, Patty Pravo, right? Yes, you guys are nodding in affirmation. Your deep knowledge of Patty Pravo.
Patty
Same
Pravo.
as mine, not at all. And so he collaborated with Patty Pravo on a song called, it's got an Italian title, I remember. All right. I mean, oh, there it is. Dove Adrano. And the B side is more evocative, I Nostri Fiori, which sounds like Where Have All the Flowers Gone? But it's in Italian,
Where have all the
right? With Vangelis's instrumentation. So that was really a pleasant surprise. Okay. Some of these others I'd obliquely heard of, like Charisma, that's from 1979. Dated a single, Thank You. The backside is called Rush. Same story. You get the commercial song and then the evocative B side. 1980, this is a sound experiment by Vangelis. It's called Gestation. I think it was just a single and there's no B side. Rather, if there was, it's not here. Or maybe it is. Yeah, it is in two parts. I take it back. It's in two parts, but it's just called Gestation. 1980. Then he was in a band called Aphrodite's Child. You might have heard of Aphrodite's Child. They had a very famous album, 666. And so the lead singer was Demis Rousseau, who was also passed away. But back in, I guess, all throughout their careers, they would collaborate. And in 1981, they did a song for the Olympics called La Course Infinie, which means race to the end. And it's a really lovely song. He used the music from his soundtrack, one of those soundtracks. I'm trying to remember now. It might have been Beauty and the Beast. He did a soundtrack for the European Beauty and the Beast. And it's on it, and it's just gorgeous. And then this one is kind of quirky. There's an artist named Ronnie. That's a woman.
Ronnie?
She was in the club scene. So this is like a club single in France. And it's really a good song. It's called Compare Me with the Rest. And she has that French accent and everything. And it really grows on you like a fungus. And I know there's a B side, which is also kind of dreamy and everything. I love the B side. All right. Then these next two tracks are extensions of Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a soundtrack that apparently Vangelis revisited it more than once to create additional discs with the music, like reordering it and everything. So the first one here I've got is called The Market. So there's a market scene, very famous market scene in Blade Runner, which shows the multicultural market of Los Angeles, right? So many different ethnic foods. And then the other song is called Fading Away, and that's the instrumental version of Tears in the Rain, which is probably one of the most famous parts of the Blade Runner movie, where Rutger Hauer the uh, as the replicant, that's the term.
Replicant. Yeah.
They have a short lifespan, like 3 to 4 years, and so he dies, and he says those supposedly improvised lines about dying, and these memories will die with me.
Hmm.
And so the instrumental version is Fading Away. Then, if you're a Vangelis fan like me, you know in 1986 he made an album called Voices that actually has some, this was in America, had some guest vocalists. Um, one was Brian Adams. You might have heard of Brian Adams. He had some American singles.
Brian
Um,
Adams.
Brian Adams, yeah, he was a very commercial guy. And there was one Norwegian singer named Stida Nordenstam. And so the song from the album is very famous because I think it's the title track. But apparently there's also a B-side, and that song, oh man, where is it? It's called I didn't put this in chronological order. Um, Slow Piece. There we go. Rather obvious title, Slow Piece. And it is like any of his B-sides, it's gorgeous and atmospheric and highly recommended and not commercially available except in Europe, it's a single. All
Not
right,
even
we're
available
finishing.
on YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Not even
Hmm?
available on YouTube?
Um, I've tried to find most of these and good luck finding them. Just it's on the channel, The Music of Vangelis. This whole thing is like a commercial for the channel, The Music of Vangelis, which I'm not sure that people are approving of that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's really obscure stuff. I mean, I'm a lifelong Vangelis fan from 1970. Uh, well, I'll say 1979, and I just devoured everything that was commercially available. Right, and then I stumbled into this guy a few months ago with putting these things up, and now I've got two CDs worth of stuff I never heard before, and he's been dead for 4 years, and people are complaining. Why don't they come out with a box set for this guy? It's been 4 years, and there's all this material people don't know, like 1990s collaboration with Maria Faranduri. They did a lot of collaborating together, but I only like this particular single. It's called Sun Electra. It's very beautiful. And finally, on this disc, there's a soundtrack to Mary Katrinzin's Spring Summer 2020, whatever that was. And it's like three songs, all instrumental, one right after the other, that I've never heard before. So, did you suffer enough yet? I could leave the next CD for next week or maybe never, but I did come up with a second one. But I'll say this, I was prejudiced. I preferred the female vocalists. I say that without reservation. I preferred the female vocalists. These are mostly female vocalists, but Demis Rousseau is, quite an amazing vocalist if you've ever heard him. He has this vibrato that's very unique. So for Vangelis fans, this is a major find. For the rest of the world, hmm, right? Yeah. All right, we'll stop there because we're out of time. Thank you for indulging my torturing you with words. We'll see how this goes down with the audience. And stay tuned for Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll
How's
still have
that
Wednesday.
going?
Yeah,
Going
Wednesday's
good.
been going very good. It's just that he's doing so well now, he's not sharing revenue anymore. Like the collaboration he does with Webby, those are not shared revenue anymore.
Uh,
I guess there's too much money to be made. But his earlier stuff, you can, I showed you
what does
guys, we're
he
making
do? Come
pennies
out
from
with
it.
a video every week? A new video?
Actually, it's every other week. It's every other week, and these are like the 12 songs that are going to be on the album. So they just
Uh,
slow released it,
Hmm.
right?
uh,
One song at a time. Peter Gabriel's doing the same thing on full moons, once a month, and then at the end of the year, it's the whole album.
uh,
So instead of I.O., this time it's called O.I. Peter Gabriel's new album is going to be O.I. And the last one was I.O. Okay,
Hmm.
input output,
uh,
and so same thing with the Inpatient, which is the collaboration between Chris Webby and Ren, and that album's coming out real soon. So I think that 2 week train is going to be coming to an end real quick. I could end this episode right now.